wonderful guest for you to meet today in our city, and he's here specifically, Dr. Boise Kimber. Did I get that right?
Yes.
All
yes.
right. Okay. For president, embracing kingdom's principles, making people the priority. That has to do, of course, with what is going to be going on, and there'll be lots for people to attend. And the fact that I think, is this your first visit to Iowa?
This is my first visit to Waterloo. I've been
Okay.
to long before.
Okay, very good. Well, let's just jump right in and share with us why you're here.
Well, I'm running for president of the National Baptist Convention, USA Incorporated. It is the largest African American religious body in this part of the country. And I've offered myself to run for president of this convention.
How long have you been in the ministry?
I've been in the ministry 37 years, started out in 1975 in a little small town called Phoenix City, Alabama. I was born in a little town called Salem, Alabama.
Salem, I've heard that, yes. How wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, and of course, we have Dr. Whitefield here, right along, and tell us what's going to be happening.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Porter, first of all, thank you for allowing us to be here with you this morning. We have Dr. Boise Kimber with us, who, as he stated, is running for president of the National Baptist Convention. Our convention is going to be the first week of September, and at that time we will elect the next president of our convention body. Dr. Kimber is doing a visit to Iowa this weekend. He's been with us since Saturday, and he has been addressing several pastors within our state convention and pastors within the city of Waterloo. And he's here to give his platform and to share with us why he's the best candidate for us. So we're just excited to have him here.
Okay, how long do those terms run?
Those terms run 2 5-year terms.
2 5-year terms.
Yes.
All right. Here in Waterloo, of course, we will be able to see you in person. We want to encourage people to be aware of that, and it's just really good to have you in our city. We welcome you. KBBG welcomes you.
Thank you so very much for allowing us to come and to be a part of this program on today, to certainly continue to get our message out. We talk a lot in our campaign about communication and technology.
Yes.
And so hopefully we're touching more people across this country as we do this interview on today.
All right. Well, I'm kind of chuckling because you're right. He's surrounded by technology, all the phones and all of that.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, you are a man that keeps up with the changes. You know, a lot of us don't want to change. That's okay. I'm not so deep into that. But anyway, it was fun to see you hopping around and doing all that stuff and using the telephone.
Well, that's a part of our campaign. Come join the change.
Okay.
And we believe that if the National Baptist Convention does not change its face during this next election, she will become irrelevant in the 21st century.
Oh, that sounds too scary.
Well, I think it's the truth.
Yeah. Okay. So what has to happen?
Well, we can no longer move people who are in office around in the different positions as we are playing musical chairs, as if there are no other individuals who are competent enough to lead the National Baptist Convention in this 21st century. Our convention was started in 1880 in Montgomery, Alabama, and our forefathers and mothers started this convention on 2 principles, and it was foreign mission and evangelism. And so I contend that in order to do foreign mission and evangelism, you must do Christian education, and that the African American church certainly need to understand that we need to be trained in Christian education. And so that's part of our platform of making foreign mission and home mission to be global mission. Because what is happening in other parts of the country now is happening right here in the U.S. And then to deal with evangelism. Just because little Johnny wears his pants below his button, he still belongs to us. And so we must make a conscious effort to go and to bring individuals who have left our denomination to come back to our denomination. And then we have Christian education. We believe that our people must be trained in this 21st century in every aspect of Christianity, in every aspect of our denomination. There was a time when we would read the Baptist Covenant on the first Sunday, first and third, or second and fourth Sunday, we would read it. Nowadays, we do not even pay attention to it, some of our churches. And so the Baptist Covenant distinguished missionary Baptist churches from any other Baptist denomination. And so we must go back to, we must return back to what our forefathers and mothers established this convention upon. We talk about Baptist doctrine. Many of our people do not know why they are Baptists. Muslims know why they are Muslims. Jews know why they are Jews. Catholics know why they are Catholics. We must explain and teach our people why they are Baptists. You shouldn't be Baptist because Mama was Baptist or Daddy was Baptist, but that's what we portray. We don't talk about the articles of faith in our churches anymore. And so we must move back to what we were founded upon. Many of our people who leave our churches and go to the Word Church, the Fellowship Church, the first thing they say, they did not learn anything while they were in the Baptist church.
Wow.
And so we must move forward. We must reach out to our youth and young adults.
Yeah. And correct some of that information.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Kimber, what about our children? Do you feel like we actually have totally lost a generation of our children? And I won't interject, I'll keep myself from doing that, but I do want you to know that that's one of my concerns, because when, we can't go back, we can only go forward, and I think because we let so many things get past us, now we're trying to play catch up, and we have our own children looking at us as if they don't know who we are or what we stand for. Would you speak to that?
I think we have lost a generation of our young people to violence, to babies having babies.
Don't leave out the murder and all that stuff.
Yes.
All
of that. But I do think that there is there's still hope that we can change our course, and it will take the black church to come to the realization of where we are and what we've lost, and how can we regain it. And so the black church must become more focused on our youth and young adults. For instance, when our youth and young adults go away to college, they never come back home to our churches. And one of the reasons why they never come back home to our churches is because they say, Brother so-and-so, who has been the chairman of the deacon board for the last 30 years, is still chairman. Brother so-and-so, who's been the chairman of the trustee board for the last 35 years, is still chairman. The black church must open the door for youth and young adults who have gone away and prepared themselves, and they come back home. We must make room for them. We must use their abilities and talents for them to help us to really expand the foundation of our churches.
All right. That seems to be an awfully big job. Mostly, I think, because we let it get ahead of us. We saw it coming, but we didn't put any action with it.
I think if you read my platform, I think the action piece is that since the days of Dr. Martin Luther King, we have taken a step back from social justice. Our people need a president that understands social justice. Understand that there are those who cannot articulate what is going on in America. There are those who do not have a voice. And so the National Baptist Convention must become a voice for those that are disenfranchised.
Right.
And so we must stand up. We must become that voice. And if we become that voice, then we will be recognized in every aspect of this country that the National Baptist Convention has become a voice for its people.
And as we have still a couple of minutes to go, wanted to ask if you think that our President Barack Obama, love saying that, is open to change, to meeting if necessary, if the conference needed to meet with him or whatever. Do you think he's on the same, realizes that we're on the same street, just sitting in different, and that we as African Americans have truly lost our way? We can't keep saying it's somebody else's fault. We've got to look at ourselves. Would you say that that is true to some extent?
I think we certainly have to look at ourselves, but we must also look to those who are in position to help us and to help better the lives of individuals who are downtrodden, who cannot get a job, who have education, who have graduated from college and still do not have a job. These doors are still somewhat blocked based on the fact that, yes, we do have an African-American president, but Jim Crow is still at the table. And so there is so much that the president can do because he has to deal with Congress, he has to deal with the Senate, and so we must rise up as a people and not so much depend upon the president to open the door. There are local politicians that are African American, there are state politicians that are African American, and so we must hold them accountable also.
All right. That is so very, very true. We want to just say thank you, Pastor Lynn. What's wrong with me this morning? for bringing Reverend Whitefield, guest pastor, regarding the Baptist condition. That is what you have, convention, that is what you have been listening to. You have articulated very well. We wish you the best of luck. When does that convention take place?
The election take place on September 4th in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay. And that'll be on us before we,
yes,
before
it will.
We know it. Yes. I would like to close with this. This is Meet God's Servant, Reverend Dr. Boise Kimber, candidate for president of the National Baptist Convention, USA, Inc. And we're glad that we could be a part of this. We wish you the very best as you go forward. Stay in touch with us. Maybe some other things that are possible.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so very much. Absolutely. Well, there you have it, an FYI today, brought to you and made possible by KBBG and its supporters. Thank you. Lou Porter signing off. Thank you, my dear. My goodness. Do I get to keep this?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes.
all right.
Thank you so very much for having us.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Every little bit helps us around the country.
I guess so. Now, will you continue to travel clear?
Oh yeah. I leave
to
here
September?
tomorrow morning. Oh yeah, I leave here tomorrow morning, going to Cleveland. I'll be in Cleveland
Okay.
for a day and a half, and then from there to Kentucky.
My goodness.
So I'm in 3 or 4 different states during the course of the week.
I can believe it. All right. Well, it should be a great convention.
Yes, ma'am.
There's
Your
a
people
lot,
in prayer now.
lot of